Zoe's asked me to explain a bit more about the progress out here in the shed. As you can see around here, it keeps coming on a lot every time we come back and film something. It does change a lot, and partly that is down to the technique I use to cover the ground. We explored this in a previous video. It's quite quick, really easy to do, and pretty cheap on modelling materials as well. And the whole purpose of this layout in the shed was really to have somewhere to watch trains go by more than anything else. We're not really interested in a rivet perfect model of anything in particular. We just want somewhere nice to watch trains go by, and I chose Bolton Trinity Street Station as being a starting point for inspiration. There's no way I could recreate it perfectly. I didn't really want to. It's kind of beyond my technical skills and patience more than anything else. So what I'm trying to do here really is get a kind of a suggestion of Bolton Trinity Street, which is why the layout's called Bolton Trinity Road, a little bit of a difference. We've got some complicated track work and junctions, so there's a bit of variety in the routes that the trains can take. Luckily, back in the late 70s, early 80s, British Rail were a little bit better at vegetation control and tree growth restraining than they are now. So a lot of this sort of barren wild grass is actually, it tallies with some of the photographs of the time. It's not like now where it's positively a jungle. Some of the key points of Trinity Street in that time period, which I've tried to recreate, we've got the 3 tracks going through the station. There were actually space for 4, but railway modelling is a compromise, usually born out of lack of space more than anything else. But we've got the suggestion of the platforms. We've got the parcels platform, the former platform 5, for want of knowing what it was actually called, bay platform. The buildings are still yet to go on. Doctor Who has turned up, who knows why. But there's a signal gantry. That was there up until I think about 1988. That's in, wired up, and when it's energised all the lights come on and are changeable. This structure here, I believe we've touched upon this before, is going to be the structure that the road of Trinity Street is going to be carried on. But also the station building is gone now, destroyed in 87, 88, but that's going to be there. I've got the buildings to build, but this is really just a placeholder so that I know exactly where I'm going to be building. I've got to make it removable because that's useful to get access to the underside, because you can guarantee that if something goes wrong anywhere on the trackwork, it will be the least accessible bit, which would be underneath the road bridge if it was fixed. So we're heading that one off at the pass. I'm going to put some lights underneath. I do have them. They're just some little LEDs, 12 volt LEDs, but I'll probably be running them on 6 volts, so that extends the lifespan, reduces the heat and load back onto this. And I'm going to have to use some connectors that plug together so that the bridge can actually be removed, but still have the lighting underneath. And these are the same connectors that I've used wherever the baseboard joints are, to allow power feeds to pass between the boards, so that the whole layout still retains an element of potentially being able to be dismantled and taken out of here, because it's one of those big things that you fear. You don't want to build a huge layout, great time and expense, and then discover that at some point the roof leaks, the shed goes rotten, needs to be replaced, or you need to move somewhere else, or the entire shed needs to be moved 6 inches closer to Berlin or something, I don't know. So by keeping that feasibility that the layout can be taken out, you don't lose all that work that you've put in. Where are we up to at the moment? At the moment, I've just finished making scenic, for want of a better word, the lift out section. This bit is more removable than the rest of the layout. The idea being that if you want easier access in, or you simply want to move things like, for example, garden furniture in and out to store it over the winter, this section here unbolts, unplugs and lifts out quite readily. But yeah, I still want it to be scenic. Yeah, we've put some grass and stuff on it. It's quite nice. Well, I'm going to call it a day at that. It's quite cold out here. That's one of the big problems of winter coming. That no matter how well you insulate the shed, if it doesn't actually have any heating in, you struggle a bit. So it's cold and it's dark, and I want to go home. Bye. Hello there.
Shall we start again?
Yeah, I think we should.